are.
Getting dicey.
Okay. Let's get straight into it. The last thing you will see before it goes completely dark. The last thing you see before everything around you blackens out of existence is Billy passing his giant black bleeding axe over the forge.
Oh,
It is the last thing you see before everything goes black.
what a dick.
Everything goes black.
Everything, you can't see a thing. None of you can see a single thing.
We did.
You hear things before you start seeing things. You can just hear the snarling and cheering of what sounds like maybe hundreds, possibly thousands of voices surrounding you. You can just hear laughing, and slowly light comes back, and you find yourselves. Let's just move you over to here. You find yourselves in what looks to be an arena hovering in darkness. The only thing that the ground disappears just to a hard edge into blackness, and surrounding you in the sky around you is just thousands of these demonic faces, most of them goblinoid, and they're all just chanting and chanting for Billy. I'm going to need everyone to roll initiative.
Click on your tokens, everyone.
Love it.
Just a quick question. Where's Barry and Gavin?
Yeah, the other thing that you notice is that Barry's not there, Gavin's not there, Sildar is not there, Nundro is nowhere to be seen.
Ah, shit.
I'm happy that Nundro is not in the mix here. I'm too worried about you all week, Nundro.
Yeah, I'm pleased Nundro's not there because he would die. But Sildar could be useful.
So what has everyone rolled?
I'm trying to figure out how to roll initiative on my spider.
Get out of here.
I promise you I'm trying.
Can you click it?
I can.
Oh, hang on. It's just a tiny little icon. Okay. All right. I did it.
Go.
Very proud. Very proud.
Is that?
Spider
yes,
goes.
we've got him in there now. Baron, we've got you in there twice for some reason. Sig, Bill. I think we've got everyone. Loris, we've got you in twice as well. What did you roll first? 6.
It was a 6 first. I don't know why, because it didn't appear the first time, but it appeared the second. Random. Yeah, get rid of the 14.
Okay.
It was a 6 first.
It's only shown up
See
once.
me in there, TM.
What was that? Sorry, Reese?
Do you see me in there?
Yeah, I do. I do see.
Okay.
Let's just organize that, because this is where things really, really are going to get interesting. So
See, I can't see myself or Sig in there. Oh, never mind.
Interesting.
You can tell me when it's ready to go.
That's
Weird.
Yeah, because I can see both. That's
Yeah, I
really
can't
weird.
see them either.
What did you roll, Sig?
4.14.
Okay, I'll get you added in. Is that showing up? That's really weird.
Yeah, never mind.
Okay, well, it's all right. If I'll let you guys know when it's your turn, like I usually do. So yeah, you all notice that the area you're in has now completely changed. Standing in front of you is Billy with this enormous grin on his face. There are demonic faces all around, most of them goblinoid, and they're all chanting, Billy, Billy, Billy. Runs in, strangely, is the first at the top of the turn order. American, what is Runs in doing?
MVP.
What's that?
MVP.
MVP?
Or most MVS.
Ranzan is going to be very frightened and Am I seeing pillars here? What are these metal-looking
Yeah, so
things?
you've standing in the middle of this arena are these 4 metal pillars. They're standing maybe 2 meters high.
Right, Runsen's going to instinctively scuttle over to them and scale to the very top of the pillar
Okay.
and wait, looking down nervously. You can see it in his many eyes that he's quite nervous.
Yeah, fair enough. Bill.
Well, no time like the present, huh? And I'm just gonna run forward to where Billy is and try to stab this bastard.
Yeah, fair enough. Give me a roll to hit.
Rolled a 20.
Cool. A 20 is a hit. Good start. What sort of damage are we looking at?
That's 5 damage.
Perfect. And that's with your rapier?
With my rapier, yeah.
Yeah, you just swipe out and slash across one of his legs. He just looks down at you, and just kind of cackles. Perfect. Anything else, Bill?
I'm just gonna call back to, hey, Loris. Sorry. Why do barbarians like dealing damage so much?
I don't know. You tell me.
It's all the rage. And you get Bardic Inspiration, which is now
Nice.
a D8.
Oh, nice.
Nice. All right.
That's my turn.
That's you. Mirakin, over to you.
I'm going to call out to Runsen. Yes, good boy, smart boy. And I'm going to actually follow suit.
Okay.
Just watch what your mother can do now, Runsen. And she raises her staff up and seemingly scuttles up the pillar with the grace and dexterity of a spider able to walk on a wall.
Cool. You notice that Billy is just watching your every move.
Very unnerving. Noted.
Anything else?
Also, I've forgotten how tall these pillars are.
2 meters. So what's that? Like 6 foot. Just over 6 foot.
Right. Can I'd like to call out to Ranzin. Don't be afraid to attack my child.
Cool. Anything else?
That's me.
All right. It is Billy Goblin's turn. He looks down at Bill in front of him, grabs his great axe, raises it up, and just brings it down into Bill. He has rolled a 14. That's not a hit. He brings it down once more, rolling a 25.
That's a hit.
Doing 11 damage down the front of Bill.
11.
Yeah.
Oy.
And he just sort of stretches a little bit and he says, Billy's got some warming up to do. For some reason, Mirakin, you're in there again, so we're not going to have your turn again because that would be weird.
Oh, go on.
Loris.
Yes, I would move my character, but there's something hovering over the movie, the select button, but I'll figure it out in a minute. Anyway, so I can't rage because I don't have any rages left, so I'm just going to kind of look blankly at Bill as hearing this little kind of thing, but feeling inspired. I'm going to run up to Billy, and my screen's just reloading, sorry. I have refreshed because there was something hiding the menu bar. But anyway, I'm going to run up with Lightbringer because I'm still holding on to Lightbringer, and I can't roll my attack because it's not there. Hang on a second. I've just got to load my character sheet back up. I apologize.
And Loris dies.
Yeah,
Simple
Loris
as
is
that.
just being slow.
Something about this realm is making his mace unresponsive.
It's making everything unresponsive. Fuck now. Sorry everyone. I had this ready.
Do you want us to come back to you?
Yeah, just come back to me in like 2 seconds. So
All right.
give some,
We'll go over to the Baron.
Sorry.
Oh. Yeah, Sig and Loris haven't turned up in the turn order for me, so I'm just guessing. I don't know why. I'm just going to run over near Zen.
Oh, yeah.
Here. So I should get a clear line of sight to Billy.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to attempt to do chill touch. I just need to... There we go, chill touch. What did I get? What was it? 13.
13 is a miss.
Oh, but... Okay. I'm going to hide behind the pillar now.
Okay.
There we go.
That's fair. I'd say that's pretty fair. Dave, how are you looking?
Yeah, we're back rocking.
All right.
So I'm just doing the numbers from how far we are from Billy. So we're
Oh, sorry.
30.
That's not been set up correctly. Each square is 5 foot.
Each square's 5 foot. Okay,
Yeah.
that's right. Because all right, sweet. I mean, I could get there. I was just sort of worried about where I could move. So I just want to move to that side of Billy, and using Lightbringer now. Normal inspiration gives me advantage on the roll, eh?
Correct. Bardic
And Bardic-
Inspiration, you
I
can
can
roll
roll
to hit.
1d8 and add it to anything before or after. I choose before or after to use it.
So you can roll, and
Yeah.
then before I tell you if it's a hit or not, you can
Okay.
You can choose to add a 1d8.
All right, so I'm gonna use my inspiration to hit him first. Actually, no. First off, I'm going to use my reckless attack, which gives me advantage on the attack anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So that's for the first attack on the battle. So I roll my attacks with advantage now, and I'll find where's my mace? There's my mace. So I'll see what this does, and then I'll decide whether I'm going to use the Bardic Inspiration. I don't think I will.
Okay.
I'll leave it at the 22, and then I'll roll my second attack.
Yeah, great.
Now, does reckless attack apply to both attacks or just one?
You're the guy that
Well,
has the... How
how
many times have you used it?
Not often. So reckless attacks. When you make your first attack on your turn, you can decide to gain advantage on melee attacks. Blah blah. So I'm clarifying whether it's 2 attacks for the first attack or it's 1 within that kind of thing. So how you define attack.
So it's your first... Like, the one you just rolled is your first attack. If you're doing 2 attacks, then it's your first of the 2.
That's cool. I just wanted to clarify.
Yeah.
So here's the second part of that, and it's a 19.
Cool. So a 22 and a 19. Both are hits.
And both do 10 damage.
So that's 20
nice.
damage.
Yeah. Hi, Billy. How's it going?
Yeah, he feels that. He feels that. Just smashing into, like... What is that, like attacking his knees? What are you trying to bring him?
Well, I assume I could probably reach his chest. He's 3.5 meters tall. So he's 11 foot. I'm 7 foot.
Yeah, you can
So
reach his
I'm
chest.
assuming I come up and just kind of smash into his chest.
Yeah. You just like slam that into his chest a couple of times, and it does knock him a little bit back, but he stands proud in your face once again.
Got 2 bruises.
Yeah. Anything else?
No, that's all good for now.
Okay. This whole thing is messed up. We've got 2 bills here as well. Sig, with you.
Nice. So it could have been through the start of Billy's monologue, or perhaps it was the transition into this nether realm. But for a brief moment, Sig is transported back to Cragnole, one night where he is awoken from his sleep, and he smells something that he shouldn't be smelling. And he hears something that he shouldn't be hearing. And he jolts awake, and he hears the sounds of screams, and he smells burning flesh and smoke. And he leaps out of his bed, armed in just his kitchen knife and wearing his bed clothes. And he runs out of his house in Cragnole and looks left and right, and he sees his village burning. He hears the cacklings of goblins in the background. He runs down the path and enters the first house closest to his. The Sandersons. They were an annoying bunch, but he sees 2 of them laying still in the hallway. They only came up to his waist, and they never moved again. He enters the lounge, and he sees the mistress of the house fallen flat on her face. He makes it into the kitchen and sees the man of the house holding his guts, not moving. and he turns the corner and he sees a goblin. That same grin on his face. And then Sig's eyes awaken in this new arena realm, and he sees a grin on Billy's face. And so he drops down his helmet, and he adjusts his stance, and he does something that none of the party has ever witnessed in this campaign. And he finishes his turn.
Okay. So no,
So I can either text you what that is, or I can just tell you. It depends how like theatrical you want it.
You're painting the picture here, my man. I'm just as in the dark as everyone else.
All right. So I'll text the DM momentarily what this means, but as a bonus action, Sig would like to point towards Billy and be like, "You will die."
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's fantastic. We're at the top of the turn order, and you notice that there is just the cheering is just thunderous coming from these sneering, snarling faces surrounding the darkness around you, and one of the faces seems a bit more prominent, and it moves slowly lower and lower, and from the side, a small goblin enters the fight. Just added that goblin onto the turn order as well. Ranzen, over to you.
Ranzen's looking very, very nervous, but is emboldened by his mother's encouragement and scuttles forward and up onto the next pillar closer to Billy again still. But still hesitantly lingering on the top of the pillar.
Okay, so nothing else other than that?
Just going for a walk.
Okay, cool. It is this this goblin that's come running in.
Did he come in from the darkness?
Yeah, he
Or
came
did
in
just appear?
from the darkness off to the side. It didn't look like he was running out of shadows. Like Murican, you probably saw it more than anyone else. It didn't fade in from a shadow. It just appeared as it came running in from the darkness. It doesn't look like it drops off or anything like that, and you can't use your dark vision to see anything outside of there either. But there's a goblin there, and he shouts out, "For Billy!" And takes his short bow off his back and just shoots up towards Murican, standing atop this pillar. He's rolled a 13.
I swoosh out of the way.
Beautiful. And the goblin stomps his foot and starts cursing as we move over to Bill.
I'm just going to reach inside Billy's mind here and just whisper to him, "You realize they're not granting you power, right? You're their plaything. You are their entertainment." And I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers. He needs to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Cool. What does he need to beat?
He needs to beat a 14.
He rolled 15 total.
Okay. Cool.
Anything else from Bill?
On a failed save, so I think it still takes some damage.
Okay.
Takes half as much damage. So I roll my 3d6.
Cool.
That would be 6 damage.
Okay, yeah. Cool.
And that's it for me.
Yeah, he hears what you've said, and it's like, no, is clearly getting to him a little bit. American.
So clearly I've climbed this pillar to get advantage with my bow.
Mm-hmm.
Would I have it on both Billy and the new goblin?
You don't really have a height advantage on Billy. He's still around you at full height on top of this pillar, matches his height basically. So you don't really have a height advantage. On the smaller goblin, you do.
Okay. I shall. Oh, by the way, her as she's realizing what's going on, all of the joy has drained from her face, and the lively spring mood she was in at saving Gundren has drained away. She's now has an ashen complexion and looks very upset indeed. And she takes out her short bow and aims with advantage at this new challenger. And because I have elven accuracy, I get to roll a third time. I'll take the 19.
Okay, cool. 19 on. So I was on that little goblin, was it? Is a hit.
Yes.
What sort of damage?
She's just like, stay back! 8 piercing.
Cool. And you just shoot that straight into the goblin's head, and it just falls quickly to the ground. You've just killed it with that one perfect shot.
Wow.
It seems goblins aren't really a match for level 5, but they may serve as a good distraction. Anything else there from American?
That will be all.
All right, it is Billy Goblin's turn. He's just taken a couple of hits from Loris, and so what he is going to do, I think, despite that, I think no, he's going to do it. He's going to just pick up his great axe once more, and just kind of try and swat Loris away. With
He rolls with advantage.
With advantage. Oy.
Yeah, because my reckless attack.
All right.
Ruins that.
Looks like he needed it. So that's 17.
Ah, yeah, that's it.
Okay. And then we'll get some damage going on here. Was it 17? Yeah, sorry, it was. And that is 9 damage. He then follows back with he's swung his axe off to the right to swat Loris, and he just brings that great axe back in front of him towards Bill. Rolling a 10.
10's a miss.
Yeah, and it just swipes right past as Bill just takes a quick sway backwards. Cool. Billy is also just going to disengage and start moving towards the back of this pillar to try and get a few of you in view. Loris.
Chicken shit's gonna run away. All right, fine. So from where I am, I'm gonna chase after Billy. So which way is he facing? Is he facing towards us, or is he sort of got his back to us?
He's run and turned to take you all in, so he's looking out across all of you.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna charge at him and just run at him, and while I'm running at him, I'm gonna scream at him, "Chicken!" And when I arrive at him, I'm gonna take my 2 swings, and we'll see where that leads us. So we'll go bang. I'll see what happens on the first one. That's a 26, so I'll leave that one alone. And I'll roll the second one. Might want to use my the Bardic Inspiration on that one if I can.
Yeah, sure.
Sweet. And it's a 1d8, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. So I'll add 4 to it. So that makes it a 19.
So 19 and what was the first one? 26.
19 and 26, yeah.
Yeah, both of those are hits.
Sweet. Does total of 17.
Okay, great. He's starting to get really frustrated with Loris. Yeah. And he just looks down. He only has to look down a little bit, but he still looks down at Loris and says, "You small people really get my goat."
Oh, small people.
Yeah.
That's a way to piss Loris off.
Yeah. Yeah. Anything else from Loris?
No, I'm just going to growl back at him. I'm just going,
Perfect. Baron, over to you.
Okay, I'm gonna mumble about using all my spell slots. I have none left after raising Gavin, and he's abandoned me here in this new place. I'm just gonna use my cantrip, Chill Touch, on Billy, and 11. So
That is a miss.
I think I'm going to. So am I? Can I go back to being hidden behind this pillar, or you said he can view us all? I just want to get.
Oh, he's looking out across the whole area. From there, he can probably just see a little bit of you. He knows someone's back there. He probably doesn't know it's the Baron, but he can see something like maybe a little
ghostly
bit of your cloak.
hands just shooting past them, doing nothing.
Yeah.
All right.
He would have seen you pop out and shoot out a Chill Touch, and then quickly get behind that pillar again.
My ring of invisi. Oh no, actually I can't use that until I've had a long sleep. I think long rest. Okay, all done.
Okay, cool. Sig, back with you.
Sig strides forward towards his hated foe, and as he does so, he blinks. And for a mere moment, he is transported back a few weeks with his new adventurers on the road as Billy has spilled their blood. And again, he sees that grin, and he strides forward. You will die this time. And he will use his inspiration for his first two-handed attack with his sweet mace hammer dude thing into Billy's kneecaps.
Okay.
So we'll roll with advantage for the first hit, which is a 25 for 6 bludgeoning.
Yep, that is a hit.
And then for the second one, a 17 for 6 bludgeoning.
That is also a hit. So it's 12 total.
Indeed.
Cool. Having seen you just run up, he looks down at you and onto his left, and he looks down at Loris to his right, and he just looks at the pillar in front of him, and he says, "Oh, this is too perfect." Anything else from you, Sig? All right. Top of the order again. The cheers just grow louder from the surrounding faces. And what you notice is there is coming up maybe 5 feet from the inside of this darkness, this magical fire just creates itself in a ring around all of you. And again, as that fire appears, the crowd just goes crazy.
I love fire. Big fans of fire in there.
You can also see Billy raising his hand up to the crowd, and he's like, "Yes! Cheer for Billy! Cheer!" And you see him just get a little stronger.
American's quietly crying. Just a little bit.
Random and Octoboss, man. Jeez.
It is Ranzin's turn.
Did Billy grow more abs or something?
Just 2 more popped out of the top.
He's so ripped. Ranzin, again, is emboldened by his mother's word, and Billy has presented himself at the perfect height for Ranzin to jump down from the pillar directly onto Billy's head.
Oh, nice.
And he goes straight for a bite to the eyeball.
Oh, for the eyeball. Okay, roll to hit.
Does he get advantage?
No. He's
Because he's
I don't
jumping
think-
from a pillar.
Yeah, across to him. He's not higher than Billy.
Yeah, actually, Billy 3 meters.
Yeah, he's,
Yeah.
The pillar's 3 meters.
Yeah,
I,
He's jumping up.
he doesn't have a height
Up
advantage.
into his eyeball though.
Well, we have to see how well he rolls.
Ranzin has rolled a 16 for eyeball biting.
A 16 is enough to bite. Probably not enough to get onto his eye. It bites him in the face.
He must make a DC 10 Constitution saving throw.
Sure.
So he takes 4 damage straight away.
He has not rolled a 10. Oh, sorry, I rolled the wrong dice. I used a D10. That's ridiculous. No, thinking. So he's rolled a 12. Sorry.
Damn it!
But he's.
Why would you play with my heart like this?
What was the how much damage did he take?
So he took 4 piercing damage, and he only takes half the poison damage, so he only takes 3 poison damage.
You notice that the poison doesn't seem to affect Billy at all.
Runzin's just gonna stay riding on there,
He's just standing.
riding on the face.
Yep, that's fair.
Like a growth. Billy head.
Like a what?
Like a growth or a mole. Or something.
Yeah.
How big is
It's a beauty
Billy's
spot
head?
for Billy.
Yeah.
How big is Billy's head? That's
Can I imagine how big? If he's 11 foot tall.
I mean, that's pretty big, right?
3
Like, you'd
meters.
think his head would be
How
Big
big is his
skull.
head? I need to visualize
like
this.
from
Yeah.
side to side. Like, it would be 16 centimeters in width,
Is it-
maybe?
2
Not
meter person
Not that
could have a
big.
head this big, and a 3 meter person could have a head this big.
But if you double your height, you basically times your mass by 8. So if he's doing it by 3, then it would be by like 16.
Mass, but not like size. Like
Well, yeah,
He's
because
okay.
if you double the height, your leg would be the equivalent of having 2 legs side by side and deep and tall. So it'd be the mass of 8 legs. So 3
if
times
you double, then your head gets double the size, right?
forwards.
Double. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Forward. But like
3
just the height. Let's talk about the height or the width.
Yeah, it'd be a massive head.
Like
It's
this
huge.
big.
Like, yeah,
Right.
true. Yeah, 3
Shoulder
heads side
width
by
or
side,
something.
like that.
He now has a dog-sized spider on it. So
Yeah,
Now I can sort of visualize.
it's a big head.
There's a big head.
Yeah,
But he missed the eyeball, didn't he?
yeah, it just sunk into his like cheek area.
His eyes remain the same size.
Yeah, and they're all fiery. I mentioned it last session, but I didn't remember to mention it again this time. His skin has darkened completely, and he has these literal fire coming from his eyes.
Oh my goodness, it's probably a good thing he didn't bite those.
Yeah. Jennies.
Poor Ransen burned himself to death.
Yeah.
Imagine if you're just like, oh, he burned to death. I forgot to tell you
Yeah,
that
straight
his
into the
eyeballs
fire.
are flaming.
Meh.
It's gone into a barbecue.
It's like, it's not up to me to remind you. Bill, over to you.
Seeing him kind of rocked last time, and hearing him starting to regain his composure and start to cheer, I'm just going to run up and try to cast Dissonant Whispers again and just say to him, "It's not just us that are ogre you."
And that is a wisdom saving throw, isn't it?
Yeah, another DC. DC 14.
He's rolled a total of a 9.
yay!
Okay. In that case, some special stuff happens. So first of all, he takes 12 psychic damage.
Okay.
And then he must immediately use his reaction to move as far away from us as possible.
Okay.
He won't move into obviously dangerous ground such as fire or a pit, unfortunately.
Yeah. So he literally just takes a 5-foot step back. That's as far as he can move.
But that will open him up to attacks of opportunity.
I thought it only attacks of opportunity were when they willingly move, not were forced to move.
Oh, I
Like if you do something that causes someone to move, you don't also get attack of opportunities, right?
Oh, because we did that with Thorn Whip, where if I whipped someone out of
Yeah,
where they
and-
were, they didn't get attacked because it wasn't them being. But he is actually
He's
moving.
being- he's
He's not
being
being dragged
forced to
like with
move.
Thorn Whip. He is turning on his heel and running.
He's been
Yeah.
psychically forced to move, which is he's technically would think he's willingly moving because he's been scared or whatever the Dissonant Whispers actually does. I don't know.
Mm.
In a fight, everyone is constantly watching for a chance to strike an enemy who is fleeing or passing by. Such a strike is called an opportunity attack. When a hostile creature that you can see moves out of your reach, you use your reaction to do so.
He is moving himself.
It is a tricky one.
There's nothing about whether you cause it or not.
I just
It's
know
rules
we've.
lawyer
I just know we've run it a certain way previously. That's all. You don't. Oh, okay. Wait a second. You don't provoke an opportunity attack if an explosion hurls you out of a foe's reach, or if gravity calls you to fall past an enemy. So, when you also don't provoke an opportunity attack when you teleport, or when someone or something moves you without using your movement action or reaction. But so this was his reaction, was to run out of the way, right? So on a technicality, this does allow attack of opportunities from both Loris and Bill, but not Sig. Sig is still within 5 feet from Billy.
Swing. 13. Damn it.
13 is a miss.
Damn it.
We both rolled 13.
Oh, 13, two 13s, both misses. So he just gets moved. He sort of, with panic in his eye. Can he not move towards you at any point now? What's the deal there?
Basically, once he's run away from me, he's fine.
Right,
it's not
right.
It's not like an ongoing fear effect or anything.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, so Billy has just freaked out and moved back, and both of you have swiped out at him. American, it is your turn.
So I'm guessing I couldn't sight him from where I am because there's a pillar in the way.
Pillar shorter than him.
You'd be able to hit. I'd say you'd get a clear hit on him because he's taller than the pillar. He's also wider than the pillar.
All right, I'm going to take aim with my short bow, taking care to take out one of my poisoned arrows and let loose at Billy.
Oof.
Ooh, I've rolled a 9.
Yeah, that's a 9. So that, unfortunately, is a miss. That shoots past Billy.
That's a 9.
That is a 9.
Why is that funny?
Because you said it was a 9, and then Reagan said, yeah, that's a 9. Like, it was really bad. Like, the 9 was a synonym for miss.
Right.
Well, it is German for no.
Exactly.
So that's a 9.
Anything else from American there?
No.
It's Billy's turn, and he just launches his hands down into the ground in front of him and pulls out this rock up out of the ground. And he just tosses that forward towards both Bill and Loris. And it's a decent size. So he's basically doing a attack against both of you here. He's just going to roll the once.
Can I take advantage of my danger sense here, where I have advantage on dex saving throws against effects that I can see when I'm not blinded, deafened, or incapacitated?
This isn't a dex save. This is just a roll to hit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. He's throwing a rock at me, right? Fair enough.
It's just like a ranged attack. It's like if someone was to shoot an arrow at you. You don't get a dex save on that, right?
What did he roll?
He's got a +8 on this one.
+8 on rocks.
Yeah. And yet, well, it's a big rock. And he just rolled a 10, so it's a total of 18.
You 10, 18. What does he hit? Go on, what's Big Rock do?
What is that a hit for both of you? Yeah. What are we rolling on this one? D10. 27 damage to both Bill and Loris.
I think I'm going to use my Stone's Endurance here and roll a 1d12 to try and reduce that damage.
Yeah.
A 27, did you say?
27, yeah.
It's I'm out.
Wow.
I'm unconscious.
Oh, if it works.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Yeah, so Stone's Endurance, 1d12 plus 1. Where am I? Advance roll. 1d12. Sorry, it takes me ages to keep this down.
Oh, damn. Nice
I'll
roll.
take 13 of that and suffer 14
14
damage.
damage.
Painful though. Ow.
Maximum.
Yeah, this rock just lands in front of you both and just rolls through. Bill takes the majority of that hit as Loris's skin just hardens and pushes him back a little bit, and the rock rolls behind you both. Loris, you look down to see Bill unconscious on the ground next to you.
Bill, no, or Gil. Oh man, little buddy, that's not cool.
Yeah, it is Loris's turn.
So seeing Bill fall, I'm just going to grab him and drag him as far as I can away from the battle, just over here, if I can.
Okay.
Just to get him out of harm's way for now.
Yeah, I'll allow that. Just
given I'm not, given I'm I'm out of reach of Billy, so at least we can then escape without being attacked. So does that count as movement?
I'll allow that to count as movement, and bonus action.
And bonus action.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I'm just going to check my inventory to see if I've got I have a health potion, so I'm just going to while Bill's lying there, I'm just going to pop a health potion and chuck it in this gob.
Yeah, nice.
To revive him.
Cool.
So Bill, if you want to roll whatever the hell it is, I can never remember what they are.
1d4 plus 4, maybe.
It's 2d4 plus 2, right?
Oh, okay.
Who's rolling the health?
Okay, 2d4 plus 2. Yeah, it's going to take me a while.
Okay, I'll roll it.
I'll let you roll it. Takes me forever.
Oh, double one.
Bill, no.
You're alive.
Yeah, so Bill's eyes like just burst open, but you've regained 4 HP. Baron, over to you.
But thank you very much. At least I'm not dying.
This is true.
Yeah. I just saw that and I was incredibly alarmed. That all happened very quickly. Got dragged over, died, pulled over, brought back to life. My chill touches have missed twice. I'm going to concentrate on Billy's prodigious head and cast Toll the Dead.
Ooh.
So that means that I thought it would show up. He does a wisdom save of 15. That's what he needs to do.
Wisdom saving. He's rolled a 16. But he's got a -1, so it's 15. He literally rolled exactly what he needed.
He still saved, doesn't he?
He does. He does still save.
Yeah. This is going so badly.
Anything else?
I'm just gonna continue hiding.
Okay. Sig, we're back with you.
As the rock has been thrown near Sig, he blinks his eyes for a mere moment, and in that moment, he sees Billy's former carcass as he smashes it into his hammer. And then a grin spreads on Sig's face, and he knows what will happen to Billy next as he swings his hammer into the side of his knee, and then into the side of his knee again.
Nice.
Rolling a 20 for 12 bludgeoning and a 16 for 7 bludgeoning.
It's a total of 19 damage. You've done some serious damage to Billy here. He's starting to draw his breaths in a little more ragged than he had before. And he's definitely feeling. So whereabouts were you aiming those shots?
Into the side of his kneecap.
Yeah, cool. You actually see the kneecap move off its where it should be sitting. You just pop that off to the side, and he lets out a scream. Ah! Anything else? Nope. Okay. Runs in. We're back with you, sitting on Billy's face,
Clinging for dear life, swaying and chattering. He goes in for another bite. With a roll of 13.
13 is a miss. It's a miss. It's just maybe it's the fact that he screamed in pain, despite being attached to him. It just misses. Can't sink his skin, his teeth into Billy's hardened skin. Bill, back with you.
Oh man, what do I do here?
Hide
Call them names.
from a great distance.
Call them names. I'm just gonna get up to my feet and clap a hand on Loris and just say, "Thank you, Loris," and just move over here so that we're not going to get rocked again. At least not together. Damn, I don't really have a good.
Go on, get closer again.
Can I hold my action until I come up with a good ogre joke?
I mean,
Finding no good time.
I guess that's the important thing. You can definitely delay your action, I guess, if you want to pop in before the end of this round.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just chuck your hand up when you're ready to go.
Thanks.
American, over to you.
Oh, she sees Bill bloodied and calls out, "Oh, Bill, are you okay? I'll save you if you get hurt."
No, I'm not okay.
So stressed right now, Bill. She draws a short bow and takes another shot with another poisoned arrow, praying that indeed it hits with a roll of 11. That's
a 9. Sorry, I was going back to that previous joke now. That is unfortunate.
Something wrong with my bow.
Yeah. Anything else from American?
That is all.
Cool. It is Billy Goblin's turn. He just reaches out with his left hand to try and just grab Sig. So you can either contest this with a strength check or a strength saving throw or a dexterity saving throw. Your choice.
Sig will use the strength of his muscles to bust away from his grip with it.
Can I use my reaction for cutting words?
Not mid-turn. You can go directly after Billy.
It's specifically to reduce his chances. It's
right. Okay.
That's what the skill does.
Right. Sure. What does cutting words?
So we call that and say, "Check yourself before you Shrek yourself." And I roll a 1d8, and whatever his score is, he reduces it by that number.
Cool.
Sig had rolled a 14.
So Billy reduces his by 3.
Which reduces it to 20.
Oh, Jesus.
He picks Sig up and just throws him into that pillar standing in the middle of that, basically right next to him. Just slamming him in there. There's no way for you to jump out of the way, unfortunately. This is you. I guess he still has to try and aim. So let's roll using his ranged attack as well. He's basically using you as the ranged attack.
Like a stone.
He's rolled a 21. So yeah, you've just been slammed into that. Doing. Oh, sorry, that fell off the table. Doing 20 damage.
Oh! Just at the last moment, Sig puts out his shield to reduce the bludgeoning damage by 3.
Okay, perfect. So taking 17 damage.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and you just hit, bam, into that pillar and drop to the ground. Give me a dexterity saving throw to see how well you catch yourself as you land.
Sig struggles to find his footing with a roll of 16.
Perfect. Yeah, you manage to not fall prone. You put the handle of your hammer down onto the ground, and your shield catches you, and you get to your feet without falling prone. Loris, back with you.
All right, so Billy seems to be taking an absolute smashing to everyone at the moment. So from where I am, Loris is just gonna charge at him, and this is gonna hail back to one of my favorite moves that I used to do with Oust. But seeing he's 3.5 meters tall, I'm just gonna charge at him and slide. And as I'm sliding, I'm gonna slide between his legs and smash him in the groin with my mace.
You can get to him.
I can run 40
Huh.
feet.
Oh, 40
I
feet.
can-
Perfect.
I
Okay,
can
cool. I thought you were
40.
30. Sorry. Yeah.
I got this.
Yeah, perfect. So you're just going to just run.
Run, and just before I get to him, I'm gonna sort of maybe when I'm up to about 5 meters away from him, slide, and then go smash him in the groin with my mace.
Okay, cool. Roll to hit.
Let's hope this works because it's going to leave me prone.
Throat slasher.
Yeah.
All right.
I roll a 23.
Nice. So
So
23 is a hit.
So that'll go slide. Then as I'm sliding around, I'm going to sort of roll and just smash him back in the back of his knee
Yeah, cool.
with the second hit, just to kind of make it real. And I roll a 19.
Cool. Both of them are hits.
Okay, so all up is 17.
Okay, great. You've really knocked him about here. He's in a. You haven't really crippled him in any sort of way, but he's feeling a lot of that pain from that. He's looking incredibly. This is the first point where you all take a look at him, and the fire in his eyes are starting to dwindle. The darkened skin is showing cracks of his true color. It seems that whatever you're doing is definitely having some sort of effect.
He's just got to wait for that wave of the groin hit to hit him, which will be probably in about 3 or 4 minutes.
3C, it's a half turn away.
And at that point, he will collapse.
Yeah.
His brain is so far away from his brain.
So you're currently prone on the ground behind me.
Yeah, so just kind of slid it around and just got, I guess, semi-prone, however you want to call it, behind him. Yeah.
Yeah. It's the Baron's turn.
You, Baron.
Okay. Well, everything I've done is missed so far. I'm just going to look down at my magic crystal. So is this thing on? I'm going to shake it, and I'm going to try and do chill touch again.
Okay.
18.
18 is a hit.
And 9 necrotic damage.
Okay.
I don't know why I rolled 4 of them. That's weird.
And this thing holds on. It only does disadvantage to undead, isn't it? Not
That's right.
Billy in this situation, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So yeah, you do damage, and what happens is the same thing you've seen numerous times. Is he coughs, and there's just a bit of black that's in the spit that he coughs out. And his breath is running really ragged now. For the first time, you can see Billy's true eyes instead of the flame.
Oh.
Sig, over to you.
Sig will slowly get up to one knee and then, using the sharp end of his mace, stab it into the side of his kneecap in an attempt to pry it off.
Oh, nasty.
With a roll of 18 for 6 piercing damage.
Yeah, great. 18 is a hit. Not enough to whip that kneecap off, unfortunately. You just kind of like dig it into the joint and give it a good rummage before withdrawing the end of the hammer.
Sig will then pull out the sharp end and spin his hammer around and knock it again
Cool. Roll to hit.
in the same spot. Or he'll refresh his browser, unfortunately.
Did you hit your keyboard?
I certainly did. One moment, caller. All right, we're back in again.
Okay, cool.
And I'm just loading my character sheet. It's a pretty good character sheet. With stuff on there. Okay, sweet. And then hammer +1. 26 to hit for 12 bludgeoning on the side of his.
Man.
Nice.
Yeah, you bring Billy down to one knee, and he tries to put some weight on that knee and just can't stand back up. Again, where you've hit now is no longer blackened. You can actually see the real Billy, the color of Billy, in that spot that you've just damaged. It seems to be growing down his leg. It is. Oh, sorry.
Sig will then use the last of his movement to stand up and call to Billy, "Welcome to your death, Billy."
Nice.
Cool. Runs in. Your turn.
Just keep on digging in there, Ransan. Just
take
go
it.
for the face.
Taking another bite.
Just gonna keep on trying. He has rolled A very paltry 9.
Again.
That's a 9.
Is it just me, or are the fighters rolling really well and everyone else not so much?
Yeah. Is it annoying the DM? A little bit.
It's probably just as well that we're rolling well, because, you know, if we weren't, we'd be all fucked.
That is true, actually. That's a good point. Sorry, I forgot to mention at the top of the turn order. Just so we'll do this now instead of after Ranzien has failed to find.
I keep thinking you're going to say that everyone's excited because it's Ranzien's turn.
Right.
At the top of the turn order, everyone starts clapping.
Yeah,
It's the spider.
but everybody does start clapping. This time, having seen the damage done to Billy, the faces are chattering amongst themselves. And they just start cheering louder and harder than they've ever cheered. And you see that the darkness that had drained from Billy's left leg start forming back over. And he puts a little bit of weight on that leg and manages to stand up. The fire in his eyes flicker back into life. And he just takes one big breath in and just coughs out this massive black blob onto the ground next to him. At the same time, you see 2 goblins run into this arena.
Fucking random. Jesus Christ.
Okay. And with that, it is the goblins' turns. The goblin close has just come running in and he surveys everything. He looks to the right and sees a barbarian down on the ground. He sees a heavily armored fighter face to face with his hero Billy. And he looks over to see a smallish wizard, bigger than him, trying to take cover behind this pillar. And he just runs towards the Baron.
Oh, fuck off. The guy that's lying down.
And just slashes out with his scimitar, rolling 22.
Come on,
Yeah, that's a
Darren,
hit.
you can do this.
The hit that does 7 slashing damage.
They always hit me with 22 or 23. I get 7. All right.
And this other goblin also takes in the scene. He looks over to see Billy and a fighter, a soldier in front of him, and just can see that it's too hard. It's not going to be able to get there in time to help out, and just runs towards Bill. And slashes out also with his scimitar, doing a roll of 19.
That's a hit.
Doing 3 slashing damage against Bill.
Okay. On 1 HP.
And both of these little goblins are like, "You get him, Billy! Ah, you guys thought you could defeat Billy, but this is why we're here!" And it is Bill's turn.
Come on, Bill. You can finish the goblin.
Yeah, maybe. So
If you don't, he's going to finish you.
yeah, that's probably true. So with this goblin kind of running up to me, I think my attention's been turned away from old Big Bill over there, and I'm just gonna spin around and on tilt, not being able to use my classic jape. I'm just gonna stab this guy.
Cool.
$12?
12 is a miss. You're not feeling good, Bill, and you just swipe out with your rapier and just meet nothing. Just air. Anything else from Bill?
That's it for me, unfortunately.
American.
Save your friend. Save your friend.
American screams out, "Get away from Bella!" And pulls back a short bow one more time
Oh.
and rolls an 18.
It says 10
14?
and 14.
14.
It says 14 for me.
There's 10, 18, and 14. I rolled
Oh, I didn't
thrice
see the
because I
third
have
one.
advantage
Okay.
and elven
The
accuracy.
18
Playing
just
up lately,
come
isn't
up.
it?
Yeah, it has been
Weird.
playing up. So 18 is a hit. What was the damage
And that
for
does
that?
seven piercing damage.
Again, just the perfect number. This arrow flies past Bill and into the throat of this goblin, dropping it gurgling down to the ground. And it is dead.
What a relief.
It is Billy.
She raises her. Oh,
Sorry, no, carry on.
she raises her staff into the air, and she said, "I said I'd help you, and I will. Come to me, spirits of the forest!"
God.
And she casts a healing spirit,
Oh,
Oh, nice.
and it. I'm gonna go with another cute little squirrel again today, folks. And it's gonna be super cute, and it's gonna appear on Bill's shoulder.
Perfect. Bill, you can give me a roll of a d6, please.
Thanks, American.
I'm gonna give a little salute. Oh, one.
That's better than nothing, right? One
many
HP
ones
literally
with these
saved him
healing.
before. So
1
that's
HP
okay.
repeated every turn, right?
Yeah.
You might not die.
It's Billy's turn, and he has just taken some serious damage from everyone, but has also been rejuvenated from the cheers of these faces around him.
God damn you, chat.
And he looks behind him to see Loris spread like on the ground, prone. And he is going to use his inspiration point here as he brings the great axe down on Loris. This could be, I don't know your AC, so he's rolled a 15.
Miss.
And without advantage, he takes a second swipe. Rolling a 10.
Miss.
How does he miss? He's just
lying there. Come on, dude.
slamming
Hit
this.
me. Chang, chang.
Yeah. This axe just goes next to your face, and then next to the other side of your face as you just like see each one coming. Billy disengages once more, and runs back across the field. How far? Actually, let's have a look. I need to see how much he's going to run here. So yeah, he's run quite a distance
well,
over to the other side of this arena.
big strides, I guess.
He's a speedy boy.
Runs in, is clinging tenaciously to his face.
My child.
And it is Loris's turn.
Alright, so I'm just going to stand up laughing. Like I'm enjoying this. This is hilarious. Totally enjoying this battle. This is freaking amazing. Being in an arena is like the best thing for me as a barbarian. It's like, yeah, this is awesome. Takes me back to my youth when I was mucking around. But he's too far away from me, the chicken. Like, he's run away. So I'm just trying to think what I could actually do. What I might do is, from where I am, I'm going to see, looking around, I'm going to see that our friend the Baron is probably in a little bit of strife. So I'm going to make sure that Billy sees that I'm laughing, and then I'm going to point at the little goblin and go, "You're next!" And I'm just going to charge over to him and smash him in the back of his head with my mace.
Yeah, perfect. Give us a roll.
1. And I roll a 17, doing 8 damage.
Yeah, perfect. You just the mace meets the back of the skull of this creature, and just caves it in and drops him to the ground with a really satisfying, just wet crack. Just
Nice.
Just
I
dead
like that.
on the ground. Anything else from Loris?
No, I think I'm good from there.
Cool.
Oh no, yeah, that's city. I'm good from there.
Yeah. All right,
Yeah.
Baron, over to you.
Okay.
You've just seen this thing
whoa.
come running at you, swipe and miss, and then, have Loris just kill this thing in front of you.
Yes, just swiped it out.
Yeah.
Whoa. My eyes are. I'm just going to walk backwards and give him Loris a wink there, and then turn and run up behind this other pillar. And I'm going to try to shoot with my, not with a gun, but with. I'm going to try Toll the Dead again because I think he would like that.
Oh, you want him to like it? Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. So he needs to do a Wisdom saving throw of 15.
He does not. He rolls a 2.
Okay. So that is 2d12 damage because he's already taken damage. 15 damage.
Yeah, that does some serious damage to him. Are there any other effects, or is it just the damage? because it's
It's just necrotic damage. Yeah.
Yeah, Billy, having run across the arena, skids to a halt, turns around, and just stops suddenly, just freezes, and the fire just flickers out of his eyes again, and spreading from his chest is the darkness of his skin starts receding, and you can just hear the crowds around him just changing their tone completely. They're all slowly becoming boos and jeers at Billy. You hear demonic calls of, "We thought you could do this. You were the one." He's not dead, but he is not looking good. Anything else from the Baron?
No, I'm just going to hunker down behind this this pillar.
Okay, great.
Hello down there, Brian.
Sig, over to you.
Sig, as soon as he is able, is going to make chase on Billy. Then as he does so, he sees that Bill is looking super poorly. So he's going to make a quick drive-through with Bill. And Bill, are you all right?
No.
And Sig will hurriedly fumble in his pocket and then hand over a healing potion to Bill.
Thanks.
Cool. All right. It is anything else?
That will be an action, right?
That will be an action.
You can actually administer it for your action as well. You don't.
You can just administer. So you can do one of two things. You can just throw it to him, and I will just count that as a free action. Or you could administer it to him, but he won't be able to drink it until it's his turn.
Okay. Upon seeing Mr. Bill's very poor state, Sig takes him by the head like a small, ugly baby and tips the healing potion into his face.
Okay, nice. Give us a 2d4 plus 2.
Indeed. The finest of the 2d4 plus 2 is coming up.
That was pretty
An
fine.
8.
That was pretty fine. Is there anything else you want to do there, Sig?
Hang in there, Bill. We will kill this prick yet.
Cool. It is the top of the turn order once more. And yeah, the cheering has really taken a bit of a turn. It seems to be like maybe half the demonic faces around you are either silent or booing now, whereas the others, their cheering is getting far less fervorish. But we do see, yet again, 2 goblins, 3 goblins into the arena.
God damn it.
It is Runzin's turn.
Come on, Runzin, finish off Billy.
Has anyone got any bets onto what Runzin's going to do?
Bite him.
Bite him.
He's lashing out in a chunk of Billy's face, rolling a 16.
Oh, yes.
That is a hit.
Nice.
That is a hit.
Do some poison damage.
Yeah.
So proud of my child. Roll a DC 10, Billy.
Yeah, there it is.
Constitution saving.
He's only
throw
rolled a
with you.
2.
So he takes 10 piercing damage and 5 poison damage.
Cool. You notice again that the poison doesn't seem to do anything to him. But he does take that bite damage. And this time, instead of the instead of the black coloring on his skin receding, Runzin actually bites an enormous chunk of flesh out of Billy's face.
Oh, yeah.
Ew. Yay.
Go, Runzin.
It is the goblin's turns. And this goblin closest to Loris just runs up and swipes out with his scimitar. Only rolling a 12. I already know that's a miss. This goblin that ran in from the west side of this arena spots the Baron at the bottom of this pole, but then looks up and sees Mirakin standing atop and shoots out with a short bow. He's rolled a 10, which is, of course, a miss.
I swoosh out of the way gracefully and elegantly indeed.
Yeah, and then this other goblin that's entered from the north, he only sort of sees again looks over and sees Mirakin and the Baron, and he also pulls out his short bow and launches a shot towards Mirakin, rolling a crit this time.
Oh. I'll catch you.
Dealing 12 piercing damage.
How much falling damage do you reckon American would do to you, Baron?
I don't have many hit
Yeah, we've already seen that happen once.
Yeah.
I'll catch you.
First time I died.
So that is I think at the same time, so that was their actions. I think these other goblins start heading towards this pillar and the Baron and Mirakin. It is Bill's turn.
I'm going to call out to Billy. And I'm just going to say, hey, Billy, you want to know why we call my boy Sig here Arthritis? Because it'll make you weak in the knees.
Nice.
Oh, love it.
Nice.
And I'm going to simultaneously viciously mock him and inspire Sig.
Oh,
Nice.
Very nice. And that was a wisdom saving throw?
Yeah.
It's a 12. When it was...
12 is not enough.
Yeah, finally.
It worked.
What sort of damage have we done?
I did 2 damage.
All right.
Just the minimum.
Yeah. Yeah.
But more importantly, he has disadvantage on his next attack.
Ooh, okay. That's
I'll also roll a d6 if the healing spirit is still with me.
yeah, please.
A 1. Oh.
You're slowly
Does-
getting
Does Sid get to roll that as well, given he's in its presence?
No, because it's you got to move through a space that the squirrel inhabits.
Is I hold. Yeah. Okay, that's cool.
How wide is isn't it like 10 feet or something?
It's a 5-foot cube.
Yeah, so it's basically it's on your shoulder
Okay.
build. So it's in this terms of Roll20 and the grid we're using, it's the space that you're on.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Mirakin may move it on her turn if she wants. And it is Mirakin's turn now.
Well, who's looking more sickly, Bill or Sig?
Bill by a long way.
I don't think you can really tell with all of Sig's armor, but you do see that Bill is looking pretty bloodied.
I'm going to keep it with Bill. And I'm going to scream out, my leg, my beautiful leg! You'll pay for this. And she takes aim at the goblin that shot her.
With advantage. Because you need it.
A 2.
To be honest, I do need to hit. I can't have another beautiful leg being taken out.
Oh.
All right, 17 is a hit.
See, I wouldn't have gotten that hit if it wasn't for my elven accuracy.
Yeah. As that arrow flies, you do notice that the crowd is picking up once more.
Oh, come on.
But so what's the damage? 8 damage, man. You seem to
8
just
piercing
these
damage.
beautiful moments of just
Right
Mirakin.
through the eye.
Mirakin, if the camera was on you, it's just you with your short bow just shoot. Is it a crossbow or short bow? Just short bow, just letting loose these arrows and just taking out goblin after goblin as yet another one beneath you drops in a single shot. It is Billy Goblin's turn. And he's looking around, hoping to get the demonic presence on his side. Keep this up! We're almost there! And he digs once more into the ground.
Oh,
And
God.
lifts yet another boulder up.
Jesus.
Bill and Sig,
And
get
just-
away.
Turfs it towards both Bill and Sig.
Oh, no.
Now he does roll with disadvantage, thanks to Bill's... What was it? Cutting words or mocking, vicious mockery?
Mean words.
Okay. I'll use Roll20 on this one.
So nice. So nice of you.
He rolled 2 rolls. One of them was a 21.
Oh,
The other one was only 11. At the last minute, I think it just smacks into the edge of that, the pillar in front of you and just shatters against that pillar.
Not back at his face.
No, it doesn't damage him.
Boing.
But the moment it hits and the moment it shatters, you just like 3/4 of the crowd now is just jeering and booing Billy, and the coloring on him is really starting to recede now. His full upper torso is now his normal color, and there is not even a flicker of flames in his eyes. Loris, it is your turn.
Right. So seeing Billy attacking or attempting to attack Bill, and knowing that Bill is quite badly injured, I'm just going to look up and scream, Billy! And from across the arena, I'm going to sprint. Not dashing, I'm just sprinting my 40 feet as fast as I can and using where the goblin gets opportunity attack. I don't care.
Okay.
And as I'm running, I'm just going to come along with my base and I'm going to smash 2 crate shots back at Billy's knee because Sig's been smashing them like all buggery, so I want him on the deck.
But you'll have to dash to get to him, right?
No, I can. It's 40 feet, right?
Is it? I
It's
thought he was
basi- I
way
did-
further
I've-
than 40.
I did the measurements from where I am.
Damn.
It's 40.
Yeah, that's
What's
fantastic.
39.7?
Yeah,
so I
yeah,
can
I'll
just
allow
get
that.
there.
The goblin calls out as you start running. He's like, "Hey!" and just swipes out with the scimitar, rolling 20.
It's a hit.
That's it. So doing 4 damage to Loris. Cool. And you're doing a couple of hits with the mace.
A couple of hits with my mace, yeah. I'll remember that 4 at some point. So first one is a 23. Second one is a 12. But the first one does 11 damage.
Yeah. And you're aiming at his knee as well, or where?
That is knee, yeah.
Yeah.
That is knee.
Once again, he drops onto one foot. Down onto one knee, holding himself up with only 1 foot. And he looks up at you, raises his head. His entire head now is back to its Billy coloring.
Excellent.
And he just
He sees a big Loris smile.
he snarls at
Totally.
you, and during that snarling, you notice the real damage that has been done to Billy, and there is blood in the corners of his mouth and coating his teeth. Baron, it is your turn.
Okay, I've been watching Big Billy, but this other
Big Billy's butt.
goblin ran.
Nice.
I've been watching Big Billy's butt this whole time.
Nothing to do with D&D. This is just something you've got on the side.
Yeah, no, it's a separate webcam. But then another smaller Billy-like goblin has snuck up behind me. And,
Yes.
Okay, so I spin around to face him, and with my hand in my pocket, and I can pull it out, some powder, and say, "Try goblin on this."
Double down.
Poison spray.
What am I rolling?
For poison spray, you need to roll a Constitution save of 15.
He did not save.
Oh, okay, so that's 10 poison damage.
Okay. He hears what you say and says, "Goblin what?" and it just coats him.
Oh,
And he starts choking and coughing and clutching at his throat and face and just chokes and drops to the ground, dead. Anything else from the Baron?
I'm just gonna tug on my cravat, and then look over at Big Billy, and that's all.
Okay. Sig, over to you.
After seeing the big boulder explode in front of him and the melodious words of Bill enter his body, Sig looks over to Bill and just offers him a sweet fist bump. And then he uses the boots of striding and springing to leap into the air, and using his impaling spiky bit on his hammer is going to plunge it into Billy's heart.
Roll 2 hits.
Hi, Billy.
And regardless of how this roll goes, Sig will use the bardic inspiration.
Okay.
And Sig rolls a 15, electing to add a d8
Yep.
plus a d8 of 5 is a roll of 20 to hit for 12 piercing.
Nice.
you bring that down directly into Billy's chest. What sort of damage have we got there?
12.
You feel resistance at first. He's not wearing much chest protection. He has just got he's using just his natural, what he thought was his natural hardened skin, gifted to him by the Mighty One. And there's a little bit of resistance at first, but suddenly just there's like a pop, and the hammer sinks deep into Billy's chest, almost to the point where your fist is holding onto the hammer. And Billy's eyes widen, and then he just slowly starts falling down to the ground off that one knee. And the hammer slowly reveals itself, starting with like this black liquid near the closest to your hand, down to this red blood off the edge of this handle of this hammer, and Billy just falls to the ground. What happens next is that there's just an eruption of boos and jeers, and a face covers the almost 20% of your field of view in the sky above you that looks very similar to what the form Billy took, but far more menacing and far more dangerous. And he just has a look of disgust on his face as everything goes black once more.
And it was all object.
The first thing that you guys notice is just a slight green flickering. And as everything comes back into view, you notice Billy Goblin in his normal form, dead on the ground in front of the forge. There is, you notice Sildar and Nundro outside looking rather tired and panicked, and there are just a few skeleton bodies dead on the ground around them, and they are ecstatic to see you. And that's where we're going to take a 5-minute break.
Wow.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, what a final blow.
Yeah, man.
That was fantastic.
Dreamtime battle against Billy.
Oh,
Awesome.
it wasn't a dream. That's
It was all a dream.
That was all a dream.
yeah. Sorry, when I say that wasn't a dream, I just meant that fight. All of this has been a dream.
Yeah, the whole
Yeah.
thing.
The whole thing.
Well, Sig
Wait,
had a
if the Billy
dream in it.
fight
Yeah,
was
Sick
a-
had a moment.
That was a great moment.
Yeah.
So feel free to get yourselves a drink and replenish yourselves,
I will.
because I think
Yeah.
Stig can't drink very well in his helmet, so I'm going to drink already. Thank you.
yeah. Thank you to everybody who is cheering Billy on and trying to help Billy stand his ground. You guys did absolutely make a difference to that. He survived a few extra hits thanks to that.
Yikes!
But that was a great.
It was.
Hmm?
He was scary.
He was meant to be scary. But didn't go quite how I expected. And it's that same thing where I keep forgetting that one enemy against 5 can't really do much damage, because they only get one attempt every like 6 attacks on him. And if he rolls badly, then there's not much you can do. So it was interesting. I had plans, but we'll talk about those plans next week. I think next week we're going to do a bit of a Q&A next week, where we sort of discuss this whole campaign, and what we did like, what we didn't like, and I'm going to pose some questions to everybody, and we'll see how that goes.
Ooh.
In the meantime, feel free to check out our Discord link underneath the video, because we do have a Discord where we chat about D&D all the time, just every day. So come say hi, come talk to us about whatever D&D you're playing, come talk to us about what you think about our campaign and what we've been doing, because we love chatting about that kind of stuff.
And other things that are not D&D.
We also talk about other things that aren't D&D. We talk about everything. Yeah. Another thing you can do is if you're watching and you don't have us followed already, just chuck us a follow. That makes us feel very, very warm inside. And if you are following us, jump over to our YouTube channel. The link is underneath, and give us a subscribe. We'd really appreciate that, just because it means you guys are enjoying what we're doing. We had a really cool number on YouTube today, I think it was. It was like 35,000 minutes watched of our stuff on YouTube, which is such an enormous... That is a ridiculous number, considering the channel's only been live for like 6 months. So I'm really, really happy with that. You guys are very watchable, which is cool. So how's everyone?
Thank you.
How's everyone doing? Let's talk about what's happening in the stream. We've got a few people chatting in here at the moment. Level Dead just gave us a follow. Thank you so much for that. Said randomly found the channel and recommended. We were in the recommended section.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all right. That's pretty good. Yeah,
What?
they usually stream miniature making and gaming, so this is definitely in their interest. That's awesome, dude. Sig at the bottom there. He's got so many minis, and he's got amazingly, they're immaculately painted. They're so good. He doesn't post them enough in our Discord, but he should, because they're so good. Bobslayer saying he's excited to see what campaigns we've got in store for later on. So am I, to be honest. We're all a bit up in the air. There's a lot of movement. There's a lot of things that may or may not happen that we'll sort of discuss next week, I think. Because I don't think any of us know right now what's going to happen after this. There'll be a Q&A next week. There'll be probably a couple of weeks, 2 to 4 weeks of just downtime.
And then
so
maybe like a one shot or something like that, eh?
Yeah. So I'm
We're
going
talking about it.
Yeah, American and I are going to be away over the Christmas period, but we might do a early Christmas special. I think could be quite fun. We did one last year, and that was a lot of fun. I kind of want to bring Crandall back. Depending on how busy John is, we might even coax him into DMing, or we can get someone else to DM a little special. Because that was a lot of fun. And it means I get a chance at being a player again. But I will 100% be DMing the next campaign when we go live with that.
Cool.
Nice.
Whatever that is. And it will be a big campaign. Probably, I'm thinking it'll probably be bigger than Lost Mine of Phandelver. Although I think we stretched this one out probably longer than it was meant to go. I mean,
That's for sure.
Yeah, Billy's not in the campaign, so that was just kind of a little added extra. What else have we got? We Random Origins is saying that we had some spam that came in. Great.
Yay!
Famous enough to get some spam, he said. I can see a bunch of deleted by a moderator posts, which is fantastic.
Soon we'll have haters.
I hope so. I just want one hater.
I know.
Yeah.
I just want like one abusive personal message.
Personally.
Billy.
For you,
like
not for me. I want you to get it.
Yeah.
You
Guys,
deserve it.
Billy's gone.
Yay! Oh,
You guys
R.I.P.
have
He died the way he lived.
You guys have
murdering us.
killed Billy.
is this where you sort of say that we started this whole thing by taking an unarmed?
No, I would never
goblin?
guilt you into that. I've already done that enough.
Giving me a complex.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if you guys are ready to jump back into it, we can. Oh, there's the finger.
Made a thing.
Oh yeah. Do you want to show off your mater thing?
You can't really. It's kind of pointless. I kind of made it because I wanted to dress up as my character for Halloween because I'm lazy and I want it to do double duty. But I made a tunic-y thingy.
Yeah.
Cute.
You can't really see it. Yeah.
Show off the wrist
Oh,
stuff.
it's got
and-
lacing, but I
Yeah.
didn't tie it up properly.
Yeah.
And it's got a laced-up neckline with leather.
Yeah, that's cool. And you've given little embroidered or stitched detailing,
Yeah, just for fun.
just for funsies,
Just for funsies.
which is really cool.
Funsies is where it begins.
Yeah. And then you have like a full set of armor, working armor. Yeah.
It's not really my skill set.
Well, you got a lot of oohs and nice in the comments for that one. Nice.
Oh, and I just want to say though, actually hand-worked eyelets.
Yeah, you can't
Done
really
with
see them
needle and
too
thread.
well.
No
but-
machines here, baby.
Chuck a
Eh.
photo up in the Discord.
I don't know if you can see anything.
You put a photo up Actually, you put one in Discord, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can't remember what it looked like.
Maybe. Where did you put it? In the Let's Talk. No, you didn't put it there. I thought you took the picture, and I was like, "That's a really good picture."
Off topic.
Reposted for sure.
Yeah, you're gonna have to repost it because I can't find it anywhere at all. And
It's
thanks.
in somewhere.
Level Dead's just joined our Discord as well, so man, bonus points for Level Dead, man. That's fantastic. Follow suit, everyone. Follow suit. But hey, are you guys ready to get back into it? Okay, cool.
Yes.
Let's drop you back off in the Wave Echo Cave. So yeah, as everything reappears around you, the first thing you notice is the flickering from the forge and Billy's normal-sized, normal-coloured, dead body on the ground in front of it. He seems to be missing any damage except for one dagger-shaped entry wound under the chin.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Sildar notices you've returned and doesn't really understand much about where you went. But he's like, "Oh my god, where the hell did you guys get to? We really had a bit of fun, me and Nundro here."
Did you?
You had
That
fun.
was
Yeah,
heavy sarcasm. What? Nundro was terrible at fighting.
well done for keeping him alive.
What do you mean fighting?
Well, you can see that there's a few extra skeletons at their feet. There seems to be also some dead, blobby kind of creatures as well, and a couple of sturges.
Blobby.
Ew.
It looks like they'd been, I don't know, attacked almost the moment you guys disappeared.
Did Gavin help?
I think Barry is still just sort of gyrating in the background. And Gavin is really just enjoying the carnage that took place around him. And he just, again, looks around. I can't think of the word. Looks around, takes it all in, and just lets out a... All right, that's Gavin for you.
It's inappropriate, Gavin.
Nundro, however, looks to Mirakin and says, "Mirakin, this skin of yours was amazing." And he just still somehow has that bark skin. And he goes to give it a couple of hits. And as he's hitting the bark skin, it just disappears.
Amazing. I'm so glad it helped you, dear Nandro. I'm so happy you're safe, Nandro.
And he just he twirls the dagger in his hand that he was gifted earlier. And he says, "And I even managed to get a shot in or two. It was pretty impressive, wasn't it, Sildar?" Okay, sure. Because clearly Sildar had to do the majority of the work here. Sildar says, "But where were you? What happened? The last thing I saw was this monster in the doorway, and then poof, you were gone."
Maybe now's not the best time to explain going to another plane and fighting in the arena of the gods or anything like that.
I kind of feel like you
okay.
just did explain it.
Yeah, I mean, that was... No, I guess we
That
could
was
just gloss
succinct.
over that, I guess. That sounds pretty horrible, to be honest. Are you okay, Bill?
No, I'm not.
Is the squirrel still there?
Yeah, I think the squirrel is still on Bill's shoulder, but Sildar can see the state of Bill. And he says, "Surely we should rest. Help our good friend Bill here out before heading out."
Well, this little fellow should be able to help him quite nicely, shouldn't you think?
Maybe just a group healing hug.
Oh,
Silly thing. Here it is.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys want to
all
just
share in the wealth of the squirrel.
get in another like squirrel molestation session, go right ahead.
Whoa.
do not taint my healing spirit with your strange ideas.
I was more just thinking we just gave Bill a hug and got really close to the squirrel.
You
And
can also do that.
it was a safe zone, totally,
Yeah.
DM.
I hold the squirrel out in my palm.
Careful of your palm there, Bill.
Yeah, while you guys are huddled around the squirrel, Nundro makes his way into the room and just takes a look at the forge, and he is just absolutely captivated by this. He looks out and he just calls out, "This that's Sildar's voice. This is amazing. I never thought I would see this with my own eyes. It's not quite as bright as I thought it might be, but it's beautiful."
As Sig hears his voice, he opens his visor and looks down at Billy's carcass at his feet and just kicks his head a little bit. And the grin that was frozen on his dead face falls away. And Sig smiles.
Yeah.
Then he realized Nandro was talking to him and looks up. Indeed, it is a wondrous sight, isn't it? And the forge is pretty good, too.
And he's captivated. Baron?
Can I examine Billy's body?
Yeah, for sure. What are you getting?
Does he look like the original Billy?
Yeah, he looks like a pathetic, scrawny, like nothing, just like any other goblin you've fought along your journey.
And he has a dagger mark under his jaw.
He's just got an entry wound underneath his chin, which I think...
Does it look like that happened long ago, or just fresh?
It looks like he hasn't freshly bled out from this. It looks like it has healed a little.
It's healed. Okay.
Yeah, as well. I suppose it wouldn't heal, right? A dead person's wounds probably doesn't heal. So it's just this open, but it's been long. You can tell it's been quite a while since that attack happened.
Okay. I wondered if he had just something extra magical had happened, and he was dreaming or something this whole time. From
And he
the
sits
moment
back
he
up.
died,
No.
and then went through stages, and then came back just like he died. Okay.
Yeah. This looks like the
Still a
original.
mystery.
The original Billy.
Okay.
Is there anything on his corpse?
There's nothing. There's no weapons. He's not holding anything at all.
I suggest we get a move on here.
Can I just look at that bag in the corner really quickly?
I was wondering about that bag.
This bag right there. Let's get a close up.
Just something about that bag.
Was it a bag? What else is it?
I agree, Mr. Bill. It seems the longer we stay here, the more danger we encounter.
Yes, we should head out into the safety of the outside world again. Back to Phandlin.
I agree.
I'm just going to take a quick look at the map that you guys have sort of...
I thought you were going to take a quick look at the bag.
Just another quick look at the bag. So, if you guys want, you can make your way back through the way that you got to the forge, which would be south through the poisonous section of this cave. Obviously, you know what's to come, so we could just expedite your way back to the entrance of this cave.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I vote expedite.
Let's do it.
You guys all start to head south, and Nundro lags behind just a little bit, and you can see just the intense look on his face. He's clearly calculating something, and Sildar calls out, "Nundro, we've snapped to it, mate. We're out of here." Nundro quickly catches up, and he looks to Sildar and says, "I've got some plans. I think I think we could probably get this mine back in order. And you all make your way through to the entrance of the cave. You climb the rope that you pretty much all fell down on your entrance into this cave. Sildar looks down and gives his knees just one last rub.
Bloody knees.
And one by one, you make your way up this rope to the entrance of the Wave Echo cave. It's still quite dark at this point, but you can see down the entrance corridor just this beautifully bright light, something you haven't seen for a day and a half now. Your eyes had adjusted to the presence of this darkness, and this thing is just blinding. And you each make your way outside of this cave to the entrance of this cave. And for the first time in quite a while, you hear birds singing. You can see a beautifully clear blue sky above your heads. And it looks to be maybe midday at this point. And you just hear just a sniffle come from Nundro behind, and he just can't believe his luck that he actually managed to survive, that you guys saved him from this. I'll never forget what you've done for me, for my brother, despite everything that happened. I'll never forget this. Should we get this mine up and running? The profits are yours. We'll split them. Every year, whatever we make, it's yours. I owe you that. As long as you're here, the profits are yours.
How generous. I've never been on a board of directors before. This is quite shocking.
Recurring income.
We'll just chuck you back.
Sig looks to his tome and has been recording what Nandro has been mentioning. Nandro, we will talk at length after this. I accept your offer, thank you.
American's been brought to life by the wonder of the outside, and she's looking positively radiant with spring energy. Green glow in her eyes, green hair. She's overcome with the majesty of the forest.
Perfect. Loris, what's Loris thinking now that he's outside of this cave?
Loris is still kind of just getting to grips with the fact that his eyes are, because he's been in darkness and he doesn't have night lookers, so it's just kind of a bit of a whoa.
Yeah, I think it hits you and Sig and the Baron probably the most as you guys step out into the...
Incredibly blinding, so still kind of blinky, and then hearing Nundro say, yeah, sweet, you can have the half, or split the profits of the mine, blah, blah, blah. It's just like, oh, yeah, that's cool. I've got no need for money, but yeah, sweet, I'm cool with that. Gives me a regular income. I'm sure I can cope with that. I've got no reason to be anywhere else. So yeah, cool.
Yeah, Bill, what is Bill thinking as he exits this cave?
I think he's probably uncharacteristically quiet and just really glad to be alive.
How about the Baron?
Well, very squinty. And me, Barry, and Gavin are all smoking cigarettes.
Oh, just like their dad.
Yeah. Gavin's just holding
feeling...
it between his teeth. And every time he sees you like take a drag, he's just like, and as he sees you blow it out, he's like,
yeah, I'm just feeling like I've really helped out. There's a sense of accomplishment here. Like we've overthrown some dark force that was crushing the people of Phandlin. So that was my main goal, is to bring about some sort of political change.
Definitely. Is that everyone? American? Have we got your thoughts?
Yeah, she's just full of buoyant energy. She can't believe they survived, and she's just buzzing.
Well,
and going into a slightly hyper mood.
Yeah, you're all aware that the travel back to Phandlin through these hills is and back into the south entrance of Phandlin is going to take a wee while, especially considering the path is almost you can barely see it through the overgrowth anyway. So you maybe taking this a little slower than if this was a known path. And Nundro speaks up and says, "Have we got anything to mark the way, just so we can get back nice and a little easier? Maybe we can slash some markings on some trees or something, just to make sure that we know."
Wise
Okay.
words, Mr. Nundro.
Cool. And you guys Oh, sorry.
I also have some rope which we could perhaps attach to some branches out of the range of wildlife that might obscure our markings on the wood.
That is a great idea. And if we can get some people to maybe the first thing is get some people back here to clear it out. That'd just be perfect, and we can start looking at rebuilding and getting that road back up here functioning properly. And I can't think of any group better than you to help if you can. But I understand if that's too much of an ask. Loris, we could definitely use your strength.
I will gladly lead a troop back into that mine and clean it out for you.
Perfect. Well, discuss it back in Phandlin. And you'll head back down the path that you once knew. It takes you a good 24 hours to get back. It's a little faster than your trip back up because you're going downhill this time. And you sort of you can make out the path a little clearer than the first time when you were using the map. And you spot Phandlin off in the distance about midday the next day. And you start nearing some farmland, and you can hear someone call out, "They're back! They're back!" And a few people start walking out of their houses to meet you as you make your way through.
My carp has grown up, hasn't he?
Yeah, so you managed to make your way through some of the farmland and back onto a pathway, and into past the Lion Shield Costa and heading sort of towards the Town Master's Hall. Let's put you... Did we put you on there? We did. Cool. And Sildar sort of speaks up and says, "I need to talk to Harbin about everything that's going on. Let him know that..." Oh, wait, sorry, Toblin, the Town's Master now, isn't it? Oh, times have changed. I'm going to go talk to him about that we're back, that the mine is secure, that the Nesnar is no more. And I'll meet you back at the tavern in a few hours, yes. And you make your way further north into the town centre where Bill notices Sister... oh God, what's her name?
Gariel.
Gariel, Sister Gariel at the altar of the Shrine of Luck, and Bill just sort of, if you want, you can go over and see how the sister is doing.
Yeah, I'll wander over and just say, "Good afternoon, sister."
And she's startled by your voice and looks up to you and says, "Oh, Bill, I've got something for you. This arrived shortly after you left." And she pulls a small envelope out from a little sort of purse on her side, pulls it out, and it's a beautiful envelope. This thing is the likes you would not really see around. The paper is beautifully ivory white, and on the back it looks like it's been sealed with a mark you know all too well. The Sacra de Lanza seal is sealing this letter. It came urgently for you.
Okay, I'll be sure to open it, and I have something for you as well. And I just hand her a by comparison much more shoddy looking scroll. It's my report.
Nice. She's thank you. We'll take a look over this. Why don't we head back into my house for a couple of hours and go over this report. We can talk about what you've been up to, and surely you can spare a couple of hours before reconvening with your fellows.
And I'll just yell to the group and just say, I'll catch up with you guys.
Cool.
Beer.
I think Sig and the Baron, you guys head directly into the tavern. Sig, you remember there's still some of your belongings in the room that you'd been using this entire time. And I believe you want to start heading up those stairs and maybe start packing for something. Is there anything you wanted to tell the Baron or the group before heading into the tavern?
As Sig has made his way back into Phandlin, the group would have noticed him using his little journal more and more fervently each day. And occasionally they would have heard him and practice what he would be reporting to the Cragnolian Council. And although he would love to stay for a drink, his mind is what he needs for the road and for the trip home. And absent-mindedly, he just starts walking up the stairs past the Baron.
Cool. I think as the Baron enters, do I have that available? Oh yeah, here we go. There's a familiar voice calls out, "Honeymead for the Baron! Quick, honeymead!" And a waitress quickly just runs up to you and places this giant mug of honeymead on the table closest to you.
Thank you very much.
And she looks at both Gavin and Barry, and she's really uneasy, but quickly runs back to the bar and returns with 2 more mugs, one for Barry and one for Gavin.
What do you say, boys?
Says Gavin.
I have to set a good example because people are... So been so many shitty undeads around here, and I thank you very much for kindness.
Nice, American. As you were all heading towards the tavern, you noticed Duran making his way back up the path north. He hears someone calling out that you guys are back, and he looks over his shoulder and locks eyes with you. And he stops and he starts making his way back to you, while both the Baron and Sig disappear into the tavern. Oh, you made it. It's great. It's great news.
Yes, we escaped by the skin of our teeth. It was quite incredible. Did I just say teeth? I guess I'm a little overexcited. I meant teeth. But we lived, and guess what? We saved Nundro. It was quite amazing, I assure you.
Nundro. Oh, that is... Oh, he must...
We did it!
That's... And the black spider?
Well, we fucking killed him, though.
And Duran has just a big smile on his face. He's so happy. And he says, and what from here?
I don't know.
Would you...
I don't have a clue.
I could possibly use an extra pair of hands on the orchard. If you're staying, that is.
My gosh. That... Oh. Yes. That's an incredible idea. I would love to help you. Did you know I'm a druid?
That's great. And so you and Duran start heading back to the orchard. He wants to show you what he's done. The last time you were in his place, things weren't looking too great because he wasn't doing too well. He spent the last couple of days tidying up in the hope that you were going to be staying around in Phandlin a little longer. A few hours pass, and we see the tavern is just filled to the brim with people cheering and celebrating the heroes and what has become known as the Phandlin Five.
Sex.
Oh, okay, then I guess. Yeah, that's fine. And there's just laughter. There's laughter. You guys, with a whole bunch of hard work, have defeated the Black Spider. You've undone his destructive plots and cleared Phandlin of all the ruffians, the Red Brands who threaten the people, and reclaimed the mine within the Wave Echo Cave. Your names are going to be remembered in this corner of the Sword Coast for years to come. And the restored mines from the Phandelver's Pact is going to bring great riches to Phandlin. And for every year that you stay within Phandlin, your riches too will grow with it. We see celebrations and cheering. We see Barry gyrating next to a table in the tavern. We see Loris discussing his plans with Nundro, talking about the amount of soldiers they're going to need to get up there and clear out the mines. And we see Sig with his satchel packed like he's ready to leave. And we see Bill holding this crisp envelope still unopened. He's looking at that seal. And we see Mirakin and Duran laughing over who knows what at this point.
Apples. We're
It's
laughing
probably
about
apples.
varieties of apples.
And it's nightfall, and the entire town are now celebrating with you. And we have come to the end.
Yay!
Beautiful.
We
Love it,
won.
man.
You guys have won.
We won D&D.
That was a good
That's the
7.
starter. That's the starter campaign, is it?
Yeah.
Wow.
That is the starter campaign. That's 7 months of you guys being awesome players. Giving me your every Monday for 7 months has just been amazing. Absolutely amazing. It's kind of
What an awesome job you did at wrapping up.
Loved it, man.
I kind of wanted to leave everything a little open because we don't know what's going to happen with these characters. We don't know if they're going to continue. We don't know really what's going to happen from here on in. It's a little bittersweet. I'm a little sad that that's all over and done with now.
Just a touch.
Yeah.
It was way better than a TPK. Let's face it. Billy just goes
yeah.
Hey, damn wins.
Yeah.
Billy throwing the rocks had me concerned. When he did that 27 damage, I was like, oh shit. And I'm quite thankful that I hadn't used my whatever the hell it is. I
That
forget
rock
every
skin
time.
or whatever it was.
Just my
Stone's endurance, Loris.
Yeah, that one. Thank you. At least Sig must have written it down. Because that would have knocked that 27 would knock me down into like the 15s.
Yeah,
and I would have been seriously in trouble.
Well, I'm
Instead
depressed
getting
now.
thrown at the column.
Yeah, that
thank
was
you.
very lucky.
That was Sig and Bill dead, right? I mean,
Bill would have
Bill
been
was like
very painful.
yeah. I don't know. I think Sig had 20 something health.
28.
at that point. Yeah.
Yes, that might have, depending on what it would have, might have taken him down to very low numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got a little bit of time to kill. We finished a little bit early. What I was hoping to do, but I can't. Again, I forgot that like 5 against 1 can usually mean that 1 doesn't get that many attacks. What I wanted to do was TPK. What I wanted 100% to TPK within like the first 3 turns, and then I wanted the mighty one to bring you all back for a second round.
Oh, God.
Which but then I was like, we don't have the time. This is dragged out too far, so yeah, we can't do
You
that.
needed to make Billy twice as strong.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
Laser eyes, Billy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was surprised.
I was
surprised that Billy didn't cast any spells. I actually had, given the way he appeared, I thought, I just in the back of my mind, he was going to fireball us or something.
Yeah.
That other planed arena wasn't just standard then?
What's that?
Don't you think fighting in that sweet arena in another plane of existence wouldn't classify as a spell?
Yeah, I mean that's
Well, true,
Something.
but I
love that, by the way, man. That was so
It was
cool.
kind of trippy.
yeah.
I had expected that fire ring to get smaller and smaller.
Yeah.
Oh.
I had to run around and pick up loot and maybe
Yeah.
say
I had-
Royale a few times.
I had some legendary lair actions, lair actions, I think they're called.
Oh.
One of them being goblins spawn, another one being Ring of Fire restricts, like gets tighter, and then the third being Billy gets a even bigger health boost. And so I was totally planning on having the fire shrink in, but you guys were dealing way too much damage, so I needed to bring in goblins to stop being so refined on
to
Billy.
distract us.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
The goblins are really tough too because they come from all sides.
Yeah.
And it's like,
You should have seen how many I had like prepared around the outside of that arena. I think
Gee.
it was like
It sounds like we got off lightly.
That sounds like it, but
yeah.
This is
so
the
will you
aftermath.
roll?
You can show
Will
us
you
whatever
roll
now, right?
how many came?
What was that? Sorry.
Go, Sig.
This is aftermatch. You can show us whatever now, right?
Yeah,
No,
totally.
we've got like a session next week that will uncover a lot of things, I guess. Yeah. What were you saying, Loris?
I was just asking if you were rolling to decide how many came in at once, because obviously there was difference. Although were they just coming in at growing numbers every time you did it?
Growing numbers. The first one was
Because
one,
one, two, then three, wasn't it?
Yeah. If there had been another couple of rounds, that could have been
No,
interesting.
Yeah,
Exponential
like
then.
if
That
we
would have
got
been
further
very-
on, it would have been.
Very bad.
It provided a good sense of urgency.
Yeah. That was it was either going to be that or the fire getting tighter. But then I thought, you guys are actually getting up close and hurting him. He wasn't doing enough damage to make you want to stay away. So I didn't think I needed to get you guys any closer.
Yeah.
Plus,
I
you
think
guys
both-
kept pushing him towards the boundary as well. And so any movement would have probably damaged him.
Yeah, and I think Sig and I both do more damage up close anyway. Like we're both built to be more like ranged. I do squat, and I don't think I've seen Sig throw anything at anybody in the entire campaign.
Yeah. I really, really did want at least one more of you in a dying state. I was hoping to get two of you or three of you in a dying state. It was just
so
that.
mean.
It was just that the boulder missing, having that disadvantage on that boulder
Yeah.
throw. Really, I was just
Yeah.
like, God
That
damn it.
made a massive difference.
I'm like, no, I won't fudge that roll. Let's do it properly.
Wow.
And you did,
That would be too mean.
and I didn't fudge it. You actually successfully attacked with vicious mockery on the big final enemy.
Nice.
I think Bill would have been very upset if you'd rolled. I rolled a 15. That's the thing. I rolled a
Yeah.
21, and I was a 15. Sorry.
I rolled a 2, but he has a plus 29.
Yeah. Oh, the other thing, because I said I was planning on like wiping you all out and then bringing you back for a round 2. It would have been brought back like as if you'd had a long rest as well. The idea being you would have just come back because the mighty one wanted a proper fight, like a real serious one. So, but that's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
We could have gone full Nova again.
What's it?
Yeah.
It was actually really tough because I think I had like one spell slot left after all of that.
Yeah.
It was really cool going into that battle with. Well, Loris had no rages. I think Baron, you kind of got rid of all your spells, so you literally
Yeah,
had
no
chill
block.
touch and like we're all limited as to what we could do. So it was literally riding our luck.
It was really nice to basically force Murikin into just using a bow and arrow. Just taking out these goblins. Just shoot, shoot, shoot. It was fantastic.
cool.
He's killed a lot. Maybe
I
at least
think
three, right?
if we added it all up, I think Murikin probably has the most killing blows.
Yeah.
I don't know.
'Cause you just
Undoubtedly.
destroyed
Highest rollers
shit.
too.
Oh, you were insta killing some of those goblins. Like one shot, oh, you're doing 8 damage. Drop.
Yeah, that
Like,
was
that was cool.
Yeah.
That was pretty satisfying.
And literally every time you're in bear form, you like get crits and destroy
Yeah.
things.
That's true.
Yeah.
Didn't even have to bring out Barrakin for that one.
Yeah, we didn't get a last. Maybe it should have been Berikin and Duran at the table talking.
Yeah, I
That
feel like
campaign was so
actually-
good.
I'm just realizing just how much time we have left. We could have done a longer wrap up.
Oh, okay. I mean, like if it wasn't good enough, that's fine.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Alright.
saying.
That was not good.
Oh
man.
wait, so you're just you're just role playing Sildar being passive aggressive.
Sorry. Was that, oh, okay. No, it's fine. If you need to redo it, then I guess we could just redo the whole episode. I guess. Yeah.
How many
That
passive
hurt. That
aggressive
actually hurt, Sildar. You know, I thought you were a good old boy. Take it all back.
Again, I didn't want to delve too much into where your characters might be the next day. I didn't want to because none of us really know what's going to happen with these characters, if they're going to see another campaign. and if they are going to see another campaign, where it's going to start off. So I really didn't want to have like soppy goodbyes, because that would really, like, I don't know,
Ruin it.
It would just wrap things up too solidly.
I like the question mark. Obviously, Sig's buggering back to Craignail to tell a story, but the rest of us are kind of like, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like Loris has plans for the next few days anyway. Maybe.
Yeah, he's going to be battling goblins in a mine.
Yeah.
Or does Glassstaff rock up at Phandlin and be like, "Hey,
Wow, that's another loose end. That if you guys continue with this campaign, I'm sure we'll see Glassstaff again.
Yeah.
Awesome. In fact, Bill's envelope, his letter, probably has something to do with that as well. Yeah.
Really?
I did love how Billy was in the very first episode.
Yeah.
And he's just been sprinkled throughout, and then he's like the end boss dude. That was so good, man. They could totally make a movie of our campaign. And by they, I mean, cheer now, and if we get enough bits, we'll
Yeah.
If you really want to
$3
see
million.
this movie, just give us enough cheers for it.
Yeah.
That's so good.
So what I will get from you guys between now and next week is if you can jump into Hero Forge and put your characters together on Hero Forge.
Hero Forge.
Have you heard of Hero Forge?
Tell us all about Hero Forge.
Why? HeroForge.com.
We're sponsored by
No. I'm glad you asked. No, it's just a website where you can create minis, basically, and create 3D models of your characters.
Right, yeah, that's what I thought.
And it's super flexible.
They make terrain and stuff, right?
You can change their facial expressions, their poses. You can fully articulate them and stuff now, which is really cool. Choose what they're wearing, how they look, what their race is. You could probably even make Gavin and Barrett. I'll see if I can make Billy.
That's a great
Oh,
idea.
that would be sweet.
Yeah. But yeah, if everyone can do that sometime this week, that would be awesome.
Cool.
That sounds fun.
Wow,
Yeah.
so cool.
Yeah.
man.
Oh wow, it's all
That's good
yeah,
time.
it looks neat. just
Dude,
on
it's
the
amazing.
website.
It's super good.
Yeah, because we did it for Alce and Finn and stuff. That was really
Oh,
cool.
really?
Yeah,
did you?
yeah. Well, we had them.
Sorry?
We had them at the bottom of our. We actually had them as part
Yeah.
of our overlay. Which, you know, if we're going to have a wrap up, we're not going to have a map and stuff. So, I'll try and make an overlay that includes you guys and your characters and stuff like that, which would be awesome.
Cool.
That's cool.
Someone just said, I don't know about this. Looks like things are getting pretty dicey. See, you screwed up how I screwed up, Zoya variant. I did that once. I said, looks like things are getting pretty, and then I did the intro, and it said getting dicey. So it's, I did that as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
We can have elephant faces.
Yeah, because they're cool elephant D&D characters. I'd never heard of.
Yeah, they're cool. That race is really cool.
Super cool.
Do they have like tiger sharks?
I don't know.
Oh, tiger sharks.
How much
Is
does
it Street Sharks?
Street sharks,
yeah. How much does it cost to actually get them printed? Because that would be awesome. I haven't
Dunno.
used Hero Forge for that.
I started to feel a bit sorry for Billy at the end because you know, he was getting all the big ups from the crowd. Yay!
Yeah.
And then halfway through, they're like, "You suck shit, Billy."
Yeah,
That's what happens when you start losing.
yeah, pretty much.
And I was like, "Oh, how's he feeling now?"
Yeah.
I can't believe it was only 7 months. I thought it was like so much
That was
longer.
a year, right?
No,
It was a
we
year.
started
over a year.
We started in February.
Wow.
So
Really?
it's 7 or 8 months. No, we started in either late February or early March or something. This campaign, it was definitely this year. We wrapped up Storm King's Thunder in somewhere in January and February. Yeah.
Wow. So cool.
Yeah. People are saying
What was it?
$20 for cheapest if you want to get them printed, I think, and $7.99 if you've got a 3D printer.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'll chat to you later, Mr. DM, in relation to what you plan to do with stuff. Because I have a
Okay.
paintbrush.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Ooh, that's exciting.
Because it would be really, it'd be cool. It'd be really cool to have our characters immortalized, I think.
Yeah.
'Cause that's
What do you get for you, dude?
you
Are
guys,
you gonna have,
already
like,
did. You guys got me like the Dungeon Master
Mini
guide
wise.
and the no. I'll just see if I can make a Billy.
Billy?
I think it has to
Yeah.
be Billy, right?
Yeah.
Gotta be Billy.
Yeah. I don't know if you can make goblins though. But so I'll have to see if I can.
We could get you a Sildar.
There we
would be
go.
pretty great.
Actually, I wouldn't say no to a
Or
Sildar.
Duran.
Yeah.
No one wants a Duran mini.
I'll
or
get
a
David.
Funbro.
I'll get David Duran mini.
Yeah, that'd be a no.
Get him a
I'll
life
have a
size
Duran
one.
mini.
Yeah.
Life-sized one.
We're friends
Out of
now.
bronze.
Just plant a statue in the lawn.
Yeah.
Just wake up one day with that in his as his letterbox. That'd be great.
Post the letters up.
Do you guys have
Wow.
any questions about tonight's session? I don't want to go into the rest of the campaign tonight, but I don't know. What are your thoughts about the overall campaign?
That was
So
awesome.
good. So good.
Righto.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good.
There's heaps of it felt like there was enough different stuff that we could have gone and done, but then we had to make some deliberate decisions, and I think that was quite cool.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think maybe we won't talk too much about the campaign because we'll go into a lot of that next week. I think of things that you might have missed and opportunities, stuff like that.
Are we gonna like?
Every single roll we've made through the campaign.
Yeah, I've written them all down.
Yay!
We're gonna
Remember
sit
when we
down-
had that guy keeping
Good
stats for like 2 episodes? Like
Yeah.
3
Oh,
episodes?
yeah.
4 or 5. It was fantastic.
That was so good.
Yeah.
Purely because of that dude, my action surge became twice as good. Because when I read the rule of it, I was like, oh, I get another attack. That's kind of cool. But when I read his interpretation of reading it and then reread how I read it, I was
Yeah.
like, oh, that's even more attacks.
Nice.
So good. Yeah.
That's nice. Miserable saying, don't reveal too much. You never know if they're going to return. That's true.
Oh.
Yeah.
It just all the reveals can be lies. mean-
Yeah, pretty much. There's a part
they're
of me
all
that
meaningless.
there's a part of me that really wants to get the characters on another campaign because I've just got such a cool idea that I really want to have happen at the start of the next campaign.
Do we need to roll insight to see if you're fibbing now?
No, that's DM secret. This one, DM secret. So it's too
Nice.
good to spoil. Way too good to spoil. Yeah, yeah. Are we going to call it there? Is this it? Are we calling?
Wow.
Well, satisfying.
Q&A session, right?
What was that, Bill?
Except for the Q&A session.
Other than the Q&A session next week, which
Um,
hopefully
if I-
you're available for.
If I don't make it, it's because my wife has gone into labor or has had the baby. So
Yeah. Sometimes they're long labours and you can just jump on anyway. So
Yeah, that's what I'm just going to go off and play D&D for a
Yeah,
while. Don't
yeah.
just
the
we are.
last time I did make quite a lot of progress through Zelda.
exactly.
That's right.
So
I remember that. I remember.
You need to be pretty
Like-
quick on the mute button though, eh? Because there might be some background noise.
Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point. We'll do
mute
we'll,
by default.
we'll do a wrap up. If you've been watching and you've liked what you've seen, give us a follow. We are going to be around next week to continue just talking about this campaign, this fantastic campaign that you guys have just made so good. If you want to support us, give us a subscribe on our YouTube channel, which is linked beneath, or subscribe to us here. Buy one of our shirts. This isn't one of them, but it is a shirt. Reese has one. Which is our characters, all of our characters designed by the amazing Joe playing American down there. There's also a Billy shirt. A Billy is no more. Billy is no
Also, the Phandlin 5 are no more, so we might have to discontinue that shirt and the Billy shirt too.
Yeah.
We have like a Billy in memoriam shirt.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we just need to redesign that pixel art with Phandlin 5 written underneath it in some format. That could be quite cool. Just as an so people who do like those if they like the shirts, they can do them. Miserable saying we can just put a big red cross over the Billy face now on the Billy shirt, which is now that he's dead.
On the back of the Phandlin 5, you'd have Sildar going, oh, is it 5 or is it 6? Oh.
Just Sildar peering over the
Still
shoulder
there
of
on the back.
Yeah.
Sildar shirt, maybe.
Yeah.
Just peeking out of the pocket. Still there, just popping in.
Hunster's just given us another subscription as well on here, so thank you so much for the support, Hunster. You've given us heaps of support through this journey. So hopefully, it's a little dance for you. Hopefully you enjoyed that wrap up. Hopefully, I don't know if you've managed to sit and watch much of tonight, but definitely watch this episode and jump into our Discord and say hi. Again, that Discord just underneath the link. Poetry Love's just popped in as well. You've missed us. Unfortunately, we have kind of just finished off for the night, but we're doing great. But it's a little bit of melancholy kind of here as we have wrapped up our Lost Mine of Phandelver playthrough. Hunster's saying that he hates that he can so rarely be around, but that he loves us. He loves us all. So that's so nice. The support's great. We miss you in the Discord as well. So come say hi. That's us. We'll be back next week for the Q&A, and then we'll see what happens. We'll figure something out. So thank you all for watching. Thank you all for your continued support throughout this, and to the players. You guys have just been so much fun to DM. So much fun. So we'll see you guys all next week. See ya.